Velocity TV begins now.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen, strap yourselves in for the wildest thrill ride of your life. So grab a snack and sit back because we're about to throw it down.
We've got the best three-wide action door-to-door racing on the turn number 4 you'll find on iRacing, right here live on the Full Velocity Racing Network.
We are about to crown tonight's champion, and it's time to let her dig.
We're restacked and repacked up for turn number 4. Who's it gonna be?
And your source for esports racing is live. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Full Velocity Racing Network live at the Lernerville Speedway. I feel like I was just here about 12 hours ago, but hey, we are back, and it is a time for a great Sunday afternoon matinee. The High News Series presented by the UDRA comes to you live via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV. What's going on, everybody? Phil LaCasse here. Todd Stanton will be alongside me shortly and on the controls as well. And it's going to be a great afternoon of racing here at their 4/10 mile Lernerville Speedway. Race number 4 of what has been a really fantastic season to date. Leading the series in wins so far coming in, a 2-time winner, car number 80 of Dylan Wilson. Winner a couple of weeks ago, we saw the number 127 of Blake Majula. So 2 drivers have taken down wins over the first 3 races. Who's going to win race number 4? We're about to find out here live today in Lernerville as qualifying about to be complete here. Just about 30 seconds away from doing so. So before we recap some qualifying times, I want to say welcome you all in here. Going to thank our great sponsors here to start the afternoon. Got to thank Team Hunter Motorsports, iRacingIFlag.com, Voiles Trucking, J-Max Journeys, Bladeno.com, the South Texas Speedway, Milner Media and Design, TDR Racing League, Trash Panda Graphics, JP Designs, 3D Racing, the Pit Pass by Katie Dugas, and the Cyber Thunder Racing League are great sponsors here that make up the portfolio of the Full Velocity Racing Network. As qualifying has been completed, it is going to be the number 0007, or whatever we call it, 007. Phil Kidd English this morning. Here of Jacob Fields, going to take our quick time this afternoon. He is going to lead a field for heat race number 1, Todd Stanton, where 10 cars will be called to the ready. Or maybe Todd, not quite yet with me here, as I know he's got a couple of buttons to push down there and a lot of commotion going on around, so we'll do the best we can to carry it away here for a little bit as we start to parade them here. Cars and the stars of UDRA assembling down on the front straightaway. Let's take a peek at our Voiles Trucking starting lineup to open up this afternoon's festivities on the pole with that 007. 15.134 this afternoon's quick time for Jacob Fields, and alongside 2-time winner in the series, D1RT brings us car number 80. That is Dylan Wilson. The 211 will roll off third. That'll be Alex Smolders with the number 08 from 3D Racing. Calvin Herring on the outside of row number 2. Weaver Vision. Howard Weaver rolls off this afternoon, 5th in heat race number 1 aboard car number 7. The number 68 of Darren Litterall rolls off on the outside of row 3. Blake Brown this afternoon with car number 74 will start 7th with Darren Friedman aboard the number 89 car rolling off 8th. Then we go back to our final row. We find the likes of Casey Brunson aboard car number 10 and Matt Everett's in the number 06 scheduled to roll off there in a 10th starting position, but I do not believe we see Matt out there on the racetrack with us. Nope, he's not there, so we've made a call for 10. We're going to get 9, and we're about to turn these guys loose for 10 laps around top 4. We'll roll on into the main event. We'll play some Soup here this afternoon, or some B-mains, or whatever the heck you want to call it, and we'll have a lot of fun here this afternoon here. 74 laps, and salute the Troops Day here for the UDRA, Todd. That's a great event they're putting on. We got some patriotic camo paint schemes out there from a team over at HRE, so some different cool things to look at, and a great event this afternoon. 74 laps is going to be our A-main distance. Today, not tonight. Yeah, it's still light outside. I got to tell you, it's weird up here in the northeast part of the country. I'm sure it is for you as well. We're up near 65 degrees already here this afternoon. This is kind of weird. It was warm yesterday. It's warm today. A little more drier than I normally am, so it's been really weird to get used to, but look at my temperature forecast coming up, and we're going back in here to like the high 20s in the next 2 days, so going to be some culture shock for me as we try to get through it, but we are ready to lock and load. The lights are out around the 410 Smile, the iRacingIFlag.com. Green flag goes in the air. Jacob Fields leads the field to turn 1.
Yeah, Jacob Fields in that 07, 799.7, your race leader with the number 80 of Dylan Wilson running in that second spot. Alex Smolders in the 211 running third. Here comes Howard Weaver in that 07 machine as he got around Calvin Herring aboard the number 08. 08 of Calvin Herring makes a little bit of lump to the outside wall, Phil. He's going to lose a couple more spots.
He sure does, and there's not much of a wall to hit, but you can hit it off the front. Calvin Herring did it right there, and said lose a couple of spots. May fall himself right out of a transfer as we complete lap number 2. Jacob Fields leads Dylan Wilson, Alex Smolders, and it's Howard Weaver on the number 07. Oh, Howard, he's found himself in a final transfer spot as we hit turn 3.
Yeah, Howard Weaver definitely holding on there in the iRacing 07 machine into that final transfer spot. Darren Litterall on the outside looking in here early on in heat race number 1 as there's 7 laps remaining. Jacob Fields setting the pace there in the 997 machine. Dylan Wilson right there in tail, like you said, 2-time winner on the season, the 80D machine D1RT, the primary sponsor on that, and Alex Smolders running in that third spot. He's starting to track down Dylan Wilson just a tad bit. There's 2 distinct different goes, and Wilson goes off the top of the track.
Yeah, he sure did. That was, pretty peculiar to watch where he went off as well, but he sure did. 80 car broke free in a big way, and it looks like that may put Dylan Wilson right on a transfer spot. Now put Weaver up to third. Darren Litterall moves out of the bubble, but don't look too far behind him because here comes a charge for the number 10 of Casey Brunson, who may look for more over in 3.
And Casey Brunson trying to make his way in there in the 010 machine as Litterall has locked himself there into the final transfer spot. And that number 68 machine, we'll see if Casey Brunson is going to be able to do anything. Dylan Wilson right now on the outside looking in here, and definitely 2 wins on the season so far. We'll see if he's got anything to bring him back inside the top 4 here and qualify through a heat race. If not, he'll have to go to a consolation event. Smolders still holding on to second. Weaver for 3, and still Litterall holding on to that 4th spot with 2 to go at the line.
2 more trips around as they exit turn number 4. The race leader, Jacob Fields, has a pretty good hold on the race lead, as we should say. The race for the 2nd spot, maybe not so much settled. Alex Smolders has it, but Howard Weaver beginning to apply some pressure. It's down to 2 car lengths over in turn 3.
Yeah, Weaver down to the bottom, picking the left front up off the ground as they come off the corner. 1 more trip around Lernerville And it has been all Jacob Fields setting the tone here in heat race number 1 early as he dives down into turn number 3 for the final time here in heat race number 1. Picking up heat 1 will be Jacob Fields aboard the Double Knot 7. Second is going to go to Alex Smulders, Howard Weaver for 3. And it looks like Casey Brunson getting in here at the line.
Snuck it. I don't know where he snuck it from. It was a little Pearl Harbor attack right there. Casey Brunson with the maneuver around Darren Litterall. So Brunson into the A main. Litterall, Dylan Wilson, Blake Brown, Darren Friedman, Calvin Herring will be the cars that'll roll off into our consolation events that'll follow us here through heat race number 3 that is about to come on to the race, or heat race number 2. We get 3 on the docket. We'll move into heat race number 2. As I look out, Alan Harris asking, are these supers? They sure are. Super late model racing out here with the gang at UDRA for this awesome, was it 8 or 10 race series here we have at the Lernerville Speedway. I love coming up to Lernerville every week, and we've been out here quite a bit at this track as it's recently released, and by far and away, it's my favorite right now in the simulation, Todd. So much fun to watch, and we look at this field for assembling for heat race number 2. We got a stacked afternoon ahead of us. We've got 3 really loaded heats.
Yeah, 3 loaded heats here. Starting on the pole here, heat race number 2 will be the Swindell Speed Labs number 127. That is Blake Majulis, his dance part of the outside, driving the number 56 machine. That would be Brad Dyer. Inside row number 2, that's Jimmy Emery. Aboard the number 4 machine outside of him will be John Kennedy aboard the Backward Hack Productions number 189. Rolling off in that position, number 4. Rolling off 5th will be Tyson Pankow aboard the number 91 machine. Then Shane James aboard another one of those military support cars, the number 3 machine. Shane James rolling off in position number 6. 7th starter sees the number 10 machine of racing Jason Salter. J-Rod Hazen aboard the 09 machine, rolling off position number 8. 9th will be Justin Sick aboard the Justin Sick iRacing Photo 017 in position number 9, Phil.
Pretty dang good field right there as we are rolling away, and it looks like this time through turns number 3 and 4, the starter should be saluting the field down with 1 stick down. We'll go racing here next time by Blake Majulis. He won last time out. Brad Dyer, Jimmy Henry, John Kennedy, our top 2 rows. iRaceGuyFlag.com, green flag.
Yeah, Blake Majulis, man, was on the loud pedal real quick, and that number 127 machine able to get a good gap there, 2-3 car lengths, maybe even 5 car lengths as they enter turn number 3 over Brad Dyer. Then you got Jimmy Henry running in that 4th spot, and then you got John Kennedy running right now 4th, but he's duking it out with, I believe that's the number 91 of Tyson Pankow. Pankow down to the bottom, trying to make something work, trying to get around John Kennedy here early as they go down the back straightaway.
Yeah, they certainly did. A couple of cars really got pretty close over there, including the number 3 car of Shane James. He got into it, but maybe Jared Hazen over there may have got a peek. So him and also Jason Salter over there racing as well. That's outside the top 5. Top 4 currently Blake Majulis, Brad Dyer, Jimmy Emery, and John Kennedy holding on, but Tyson Pankow was all over him like gum on his shoe as we exit turn 2.
Tyson Pankow now works over the bottom once again, trying to get around Kennedy. Backward Hat Productions, the number 89 machine, holding on to the 4th and final transfer spot. But the 91 right there, knocking on the door down the bottom. Here comes racing Jason Salter. The number 10 machine, he's on the outside looking in too. A great race for that 4th and final transfer.
It really is. Jason Salter's Trash Panda Graphics machine doing a heck of a job up high. Tyson Pankow rolling down low, but they're racing on for the 5th spot, Todd, because it's John Kennedy in that backwards hat number 89 holding on to that coveted transfer spot as we hit turn number 1 and 2. The race leader is Blake Majulis. He is really driven away. The battle for 2 has been decent between Brad Dyer and Jimmy Emery, number 4. They run 2nd and 3rd nose to tail down on 1.
Yeah, they're nose to tail, Jimmy Emery and Brad Dyer, but not able to do anything right now. The great battle is for that final transfer spot between Kennedy, Pankow, and now Shane James also involved in that too. I believe he's starting to catch these guys in here. He's starting to come into the screen, and then the number 10, racing Jason Salter right there, running in that 5th spot. Now peeks down to the bottom of Kennedy here with 2 or 3 laps to go, as they enter the back straightaway. It's been all Blake Majulis, like you said, Phil. 1.5 second advantage here in the race lead. Brad Dyer running second, popsicle sticks in the air. 2
more trips around the 4/10 mile for the 127 iRacingIFlag.com machine. That is Blake Majulis down the back straightaway, leads by, he said, over 1.3 seconds. Last time by is a white flag will go in the air. Brad Dyer in there for 2. Jimmy Emery running in 3rd. The drama is back here for 4th between Kennedy and Jason Salter, which for a couple of laps did become a great race and then kind of simmered down. Looks like Kennedy may comfortably hold that final transfer spot as we exit turn number 4. Checkered flag goes in the air. Give the win to Blake Majulas, Brad Dyer, Jimmy Henry, and John Kennedy. Those are the 4 cars that'll grab those 4 transfers. Jason Salter, Tyson Pankow, Justin Sick, Shane James, Jaron Hazen will be the 5 drivers that'll go off into our consolation event. So 2 heats are in. Thought we would get a little bit more racy than we did for that 4th and final transfer. But I look at the list of names here loaded for heat race number 3. These got competitive names in it as well. Maybe this one becomes the most competitive of the 3.
Yeah, most competitive of 3, and definitely going to be rather interesting here to see what happens. As there's a lot of star-studded guys throughout every field here, and just some news, Phil. I believe the Casey Brunson machine, who qualified 4th in heat race number 1, has been eliminated there from contention from the server. Not sure. Like I said, I didn't get to see the finish of that one, but Casey Brunson not going to make the show.
I did see that. He was escorted out the building, so there must have been some contact between himself and Mr. Litterall that we didn't see that may have taken that one through. So not exactly sure what to make of it, but we'll look to the lineup for heat race number 3 as it begins to start rolling along here on the front straightaway. As we'll take a look at our starting lineup on the pole with the Swindell Speed Lab. Car number 00, that'll be Kendall Tucker with the number 1 alongside the young phenom there is Ryan Underwood. Row number 2, car number 63 is Cliff Driscoll from 3D Racing. Team HRE brings us to number 157 alongside that camo colors in tow. That is Drew Hopkins. 3rd row from Bulletproof Motorsports, the driver of car number 61 is Josh Peacock with the 3D number 29 alongside of Scott Dobbs. Bryson Dafford rolls off 7th this afternoon aboard car number 18. Brent Faher aboard car number 013. And Blake Bailey going to round out a 9-car field for heat race number 3, our final qualification event of the afternoon. And then we'll start playing a little bit of B-main game, and we'll see who locks in, because 74 laps awaits us in our feature event. That's going to come up in basically a blink of an eye.
Just to catch up here as they go down the back straightaway, Phil, Star Donation, Sam Perry here early on in the broadcast. We haven't even started talking Sam Perry, 2,000 stars. Also got to thank, I believe Adam was out there, and also Katie with 3-week streaks, both of those with Star Donations. Thank you. They go a long way. So if you want to help us out, Star Donations here on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Zy Racing I flag, green flag already out, 10 laps to distance, and Kendall Tucker already your race leader.
He certainly is. It's Ryan Underwood's number 46 that is trying to hold on to positioning up high. May have lost that spot already. Kendall Tucker in the lead. We look to the low side there. That's Drew Hopkins in the 157, making some waves down to the low side there. So Tucker and Hopkins, Cliff Driscoll's in there as well. That 3D number 63. Ryan Underwood, that phenom of the number 46. He holds on to that 4th and final transfer, but he's under fire off of turn 2.
Yeah, the Ryan Underwood machine right there, like you said. You got the phenom, the 157 machine going down to the bottom there. Clifford Driscoll working over the top shelf of the speedway. That 3D Racing number 63 machine, and then the 46, Ryan Underwood, who is really quick here as of late and has been improving, Phil. As we've talked to him here before, Ryan Underwood in that 46. Oh, makes contact with his own teammate there. Clifford Driscoll through the corner, but he backs out of the Phil. Class move there for that number 46 of Ryan Underwood.
That shows you exactly what the gang at 3D Racing is all about, as well as I got into a teammate, lifted, and said, you know what, buddy, that's your spot. You have it. We'll settle back in. We'll go back to racing on it. And I'll tell you what, the talent and just the in this field alone, you got that talent there. Ryan Underwood, a young phenom, and also the likes of Drew Hopkins. You want to talk of 2 of the younger drivers in the side racing dirt world that are really starting to come and mature to life and doing some big things. Look no further. 2 of the very best of the young group sitting right here running 2nd and 4th. But how about the run for Kendall Tucker? He's distanced himself away at the halfway break here on lap now 7 of 10 on the board.
Yes, 7 of 10, like you said, as they go across the start-finish line. 3 more laps for Kendall Tucker. Drew Hopkins running in that 2nd spot. Then you got Clifford Driscoll, Ryan Underwood. No real challenge for the 4th transfer spot, as Brett running in that 5th spot in the 013 machine. Then you got Scott Dobbs, Josh Peacock, Blake Bailey, and then Bryce Daffer, and rounding out your 9 cars so far as popsicle sticks go up in the air there for Kendall Tucker. Looks like Drew Hopkins starting to track him down though, Phil, but I think it's going to be a little bit short here coming up on 1 to go.
I believe that the 00 may be pedaling a little bit right now, but Drew Hopkins is motoring him in there as we take the white flag around. One more trip around this 410 mile. Kendall Tucker leads him down the back straightaway into turn number 3, and it's going to be unchallenged. Drew gave it a shot, but it's going to be that Swindell Speed Labs number 00. Kendall Tucker taking down the victory. Drew Hopkins in for 2. Third for Cliff Driscoll. Ryan Underwood fourth. That's going to be the final transfers. Brent Faher, Scott Dobbs, Josh Peacock, and Blake Bailey. Also Bryson Dafford. That's the group that's going to roll off into our C main, B main, 2 B mains we have coming up here next, Todd. So we're through qualifying. We'll just think forward on through. We'll see what the lineups look like because we got consolation events, and that looks like only one consi to run. A B main is going to be 12 laps around with top 12 going on in the feature event. So we're going to make the call for 16. I'm going to think we'll probably get 15. But 16 drivers and only 12 race their way into the main event.
Yeah, 12 race their way into the main event. Starting on the pole will be HRE Motorsports number 68 of Darren Litterall. His dancing part of the outside driver, the number 10. That's racing Jason Salter. Third starting spot sees Brett Fair aboard the number 013 machine, and Dylan Wilson aboard the number 80 machine, rolling off in position number 4. Fifth starting spot sees Tyson Pankow aboard the number 91 and Scott Tops aboard the number 29 in 6th. Seventh, rolling off 7th will be Blake Brown aboard that number 74 machine. And then Justin Sick aboard the 017 in position number 8. Ninth starter sees Josh Peacock aboard the number 61 and Darren Freeman aboard the number 89 in position number 10. 11th starter sees the number 3 of Shane James and Blake Bailey aboard the number 11 in position number 12. 13th starter sees Calvin Herring aboard the 08 and then J. Rod Hazen aboard the 09 in position number 14. Bryce Stafford in 15 in the number 18 machine, and Matthew Evers aboard the number 06, rolling off position number 16. 16 cars we called for. We have all 16 cars out there, Phil. 4 will be going home.
Or we'll be going home, and we'll have to get these guys all sorted in. We definitely know we've got a change from the heat racing lineups there that will happen. We know that Casey Brunson's car was disqualified after heat race number 2, so I thought that was going to move Darren Litterall to the main event, but no, it's not. It's going to put Darren on the pole for the B main. So just going to take it one less car into the feature, I guess, this afternoon. So Litterall, Salter, Faher, Dylan Wilson. Pretty good 2 front rows there. Tyson Pankow, Scott Dobbs, Blake Brown, Justin Sick. That's our top 4 rows as we go to the iRacingIFlag.com green flag. 12 laps around, 12 will advance.
Around in the knot already. A lot of carnage on the front straightaway there, Phil. No yellow flag, but I tell you, those cars definitely stacked it up on the front straightaway. And now we're going to get a yellow flag finally. They're a little bit slow on the reaction time, but I'm going to take a real quick look at the instant replay here on the start of this one. As the 013 machine, man, in the 80 made contact. Unfortunately, just a lot of carnage ensuing after that one. And right in front of the flagger, and he couldn't throw the yellow that quick. There was a lot of cars around over there. Calvin Herring in the 08 machine, the 17 of Justin Sick, also involved in that one, Phil.
I'm going to tell you what, watching the starter unfurl that green flag out there, well, he didn't have the yellow in the other hand like you normally would think he did. That looks shiny over there. I think he had to put his brew down and grab the yellow. What was going on over there, starter? Get your stuff together. I feel your pain this afternoon. We're feeling a little low here myself, but I think didn't get kicked, but I believe he decided he was going to pull over. So looks like a 2-time winner in the series. Dylan Wilson has exited stage right. He's retired for the afternoon.
Dylan Wilson made a little bit of contact there, Phil, and I was trying to see, because I know you got all the buttons to see what happened to maybe Wilson. Wilson retiring there because of the contact there, so kudos to Dylan Wilson. I'm not sure. It's just one of them racing things. It looked like the 13 machine just came up the track, though, when he hit the loud pedal. And that will happen. I've got kicked a time or two. J.D. Brown kicked me from a race at Lernerville just because of the same thing of that. That's the same way it happened to me, so... I've been kicked before from it, so I'll still not live down J.D. Brown. So, J.D., just remember who broadcasts.
Salty. He's still salty. Month later, he is still living on that, being kicked. Tell you, it's been a while since I've been kicked from a server. I don't race nearly as often in the racing I do. I'll tell you what, I think we go back to the years and years ago. Maybe the old Open Speedway loop. We used to get kicked from that quite a bit, but man.
Well, when they say pull over, and then you pull over in the middle of the field, Phil, that's happens. The Irish flag, green flag comes out, and the 68 machine of Darren Litterall didn't even go on that one, Phil. He was sleeping on the start.
He certainly was. Jason Salter zoomed right on by, as did Tyson Pankow and Blake Brown. Dropped Litterall back to 4th, and he may lose more because Scott Dobbs on the 29 breathing all down his neck as well. And here comes Josh Peacock in the 61. Josh up to 6 and got that thing digging down low off of 2.
Yeah, you're watching Josh Peacock in that number 61 machine trying to make it up to the field. Nice looking car. Love the look of that P61 machine. Duking it out there with the number 89 of Darren Freeman. Freeman right now in that 89 machine trying to lock the bottom down as Matthew Everett's right there. The number 9 machine also, J-Rod Hazen, way up on the top shelf of the Speedway.
There is Hazen making it dig up top and making it work for the most part as well. Mr. Hazen riding up there. What is he in there? His last time around running in position number 8. So he's comfortably in a transfer spot, and it looks like we've got 2 cars behind the wall, Dylan Wilson and Justin 6. So we got 14 left out there. So there's still drama left to play here because only the top 12 transfer. Blake Bailey and Brent Faher right now are the 2 cars on the outside looking in.
Everett's over the bank.
Oh, yes, he is.
Yeah,
I love this track, dude.
And Matthew Everett's over the bank, like you said there, Phil, losing a transfer spot. Now Brett is in the final transfer as Matthew Everett's going to have to go to work. Meanwhile, up front, it's been racing Jason Salter in the 10 machine. He's coming off of turn number 4. White flag going to be in the air here over the B main. You got the Blake Brown machine now diving down to the bottom here in turn number 1, side by side through the corner. As he enters the back straightaway, Jason Salter leads the charge down into turn number 3. Blake Brown going to throw everything he got at him. Slide job by Blake Brown. Jason Salter crossover. He's going to take down the B-main
Wow.
here. Jason Salter. What a great race off of turn number 4 between Blake Brown and Salter. Those guys going to make it out into the A-main. Blake Bailey, Josh Peacock not going to make it now. Those guys not making a transfer spot. Matthew Everett's the final transfer in there, Phil.
Wow, and that was after the mistake of Everett's going off the hill. And that was a car, I was going to say, with no laps of practice, no qualifying, didn't even run its heat. Just jumped out there in the B main and put himself into the show. So great job by Matt Everett. We sent 2 drivers home, but we got 74 laps to do here this afternoon to salute the troops. 74 to Lernerville Speedway. Before we get racing, let's pay honor to this great nation with the playing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you so much to Dirty Grass Soul for that just terrific rendition of the national anthem. That gets us started here this afternoon to salute the troops. 74 at the Lernerville Speedway, just in the thralls of those last couple of seconds of a warm-up time, about 10 seconds remaining. 74 laps, super late models. We know these guys have gotten after early. What are your early predictions? What do you think we can expect to see here in this main event?
You're definitely going to see some pretty fast and furious racing here, Phil. There's not really a prediction. I tell you, Jacob Fields was real fast in this heat race. Look out for him as he's been coming back into his own. Blake Majulis has been fast each and every week. The Phenom was fast too. Drew Hopkins there, even in that quick warm-up session, he was third quick. So it's going to be rather interesting. You can't count out like guys like Kendall Tucker. You can't count out Howard Weaver, who is like semi-retired and coming back, and then he retires again and comes back. And that's just Howard Weaver. But you can't count him out. You can't count out him. You can't count out some of the other guys either that came in from the B main either.
Really can't. We've got them all loaded up. 24 drivers at the ready, maybe 23 this afternoon. Let's take a look at our Boyles Trucking starting lineup. On the pole, aboard car number 007 of Jacob Fields, and alongside in the number 127, that'll be Blake Majulis.
And don't forget, Phil, this is the 74 salute to armed forces, salute to the troops, salute to whatever you want to salute to here tonight. The military, every one of these things that are going on. Second row is going to be Kendall Tucker aboard the 00. Alex Smolders aboard the 211, rolling off position number 4.
Brad Dyer will start 5th this afternoon aboard car number 56 with that Phenom alongside from HRE, car number 157 of Drew Hopkins.
Howard Weaver aboard the 07 machine, rolling off in position number 7, and Jimmy Emery aboard the number 4, position number 8.
Car number 63 rolled off next. That'll be Clifford Driscoll, and alongside, it looks like that's going to be the 89 of John Kennedy, going to roll off 10th.
Yeah, it was scheduled, like you said, to be the number 10 of Casey Brunson, not being able to answer the call. Ryan Underwood going to roll off inside row number 6 in the 11th starting spot, and outside of him will be Jason Salter aboard the number 10.
Blake Brown will roll off next with car number 74, with the 3D number 29 of Scott Dobbs alongside.
Tyson Bankow rolls off next row, and that number 91, and outside of him, Bryce Stafford aboard the number 18.
Darren Litterall rolls off next this afternoon with car number 68. Shane James of the Team Fridays number 3. He'll roll off 18th.
Darren Freeman aboard the number 89 rolls off next position, and J-Rod Hazen aboard the 09.
Calvin Herring in the number 08, flanked by the 013. Brent Faher rolls off 20th.
And Matthew Edwards rolls off in the final starting position. So we got 24 cars out there. So should be 23 with the exclusion of the 010 of Casey Brunson. They're getting ready to go green. A flag racing off of turn number 4. They'll restack, they're repacked. Who's it gonna be?
Solid for an afternoon. Solid. I'll give you that. I couldn't even got close to that today, but right away, Jacob Fields stops out loud, pedal down, leads the field for the first time in turn 3 and 4. The race is for second. A pair of teammates, Kendall Tucker underneath Blake Majulis. Don't go door to door. Now 3 wide for the lead over in 1.
3 wide for the race lead. Jacob Fields to the outside. The double 9-7. Blake Majulis keeps diving down to the bottom. This one, Del Speed Labs, number 127, slides are in, and yellow flag going to come out as the slider was trying to be complete there. Not sure who they're going to give that scoring to. Should be Jacob Fields. But the first Har Motorsports yellow flag of the afternoon going to come out over the field.
We call it hard-ass racing, and it brings us our first Team Har Motorsports caution flag of the afternoon to happen right near the back part of the field. And I think Calvin Herring in the number 08, I don't know if he was the cause or definitely involved. I think I seen Darren Friedman's number 89 back there, maybe Tyson Pankow's car involved. So I don't have all the widgets to show replays like you do, but you got it, Todd. What do you see here that brought out our first instant replay of the afternoon, brought to you by J-Max Journeys?
Started off with Blake Brown there, Phil, and that number 74 machine. Contact there. It looked like the 10 kind of got into the 89 of John Kennedy here on the front straightaway. Caused him to get up there. Yeah, he got into him all right. The 74 of Blake Brown goes around and then collects a couple of other cars right behind Calvin Herring right there, an innocent bystander to that one. The 08, Darren Freeman also involved. A couple other cars. Tyson Pankow came down over the banking. So definitely a lot of cars involved in that one, Phil.
Certainly was. Stacked them up, and it does happen quick here. 410 Mile, Lernerville Speedway. God, I love this racetrack. I love this no walls. That's absolutely cool as to be right there as well. So ready to rock and roll here as I believe we're 1 to go around this 410 Mile, and that's going to put the field back up to the hands now of the race leader, Jacob Fields. He's got Blake Majulis there alongside. You look in row 2. Kendall Tucker, Alex Smolders, Brad Dyer, Howard Weaver. Drew Hopkins, Jimmy Emery, Cliff Driscoll, Ryan Underwood. That's our top 10 as we return to Green Flag Racing.
Loud pedal down. Here comes Kendall Tucker now battling it out with Blake Majules. Majules was trying to get around Jacob Fields. Couldn't do so as Fields leading the charge down the back straightaway here to turn number 3. Here comes Kendall Tucker way down in deep in that double out machine. Gets a tad bit loose there. And 3 and 4 going to have to give it up just a tad bit. And it looks like nothing going to be able to pounce on him is the 211 of Alex Smolders. Smolders to the outside. Brad Dyer right now running inside the top 5, but it's been all Jacob Fields so far. As now here comes Blake Majules to the extreme top side in that 127.
Sure did. Blake made a move down low, or up high, a big move down low for the 56 of Brad Dyer. He got beneath Kendall Tucker, almost made it past in 3 and 4, falls back in line, but Kendall running in third. It's Smolders at 211 right there, wasn't it? 56, 211, made a big move to the bottom. Now he goes back up top. Doesn't look like a lot of grip down there early, Todd. These cars are super fast, and I'm not sure the low side is going to be quite there yet.
Yeah, I don't know. The low side doesn't seem to be prevailing. The outside is where it's at here. And again, feast versus famine on the outside. You can go over that embankment and it costs you the race here. Blake Majules knows these. He works over the bottom here. Another car, Motorsports yellow flag going to come out once again over the field. So we're going to restack and repack the field for the second time of this afternoon.
Yep, slow it on down. Team Hart Motorsports yellow flag number 2 brings us out and puts Todd back to work with another JMaxStrong.com full velocity instant replay. Let's see where this one kind of broke free from. Exactly sure what I'm looking at here. Was that? I don't think that was Hazen over there, was it? That might have been. Todd, you've got something you'll find over there. You got a feeling? What do you think? What are you looking at?
Haven't found anything as of right now. Trying to look through here.
A car went off the track, and I don't think there was anything too much from that.
I think maybe Darren Freeman. I don't know.
I'm just not sure. I don't know. I don't see anything happening over there. Maybe a car kind of got a little high off track. I'm not sure why the yellow came out. I'm not seeing anything that looks too strange, but maybe we're just completely both missing as we're both looking. And a lot goes on. A lot happens really quickly as I hear the stars donation dinger go off. Josh Peacock out there, 200 stars. Josh, thank you so much. I did see Ken Roos out there with 150 stars as well. Guys, thank you so much for the stars. Let's go back under the iRacingGuyFlag.com green flag here. I believe next time around. I thought we were going this time. I pull my standings down. I start looking at stuff, and all of a sudden I thought we were accelerating. They fooled me again. 2 days in a row. All right, now we'll get these guys all back and stacked up over here as we go under the iRacingGuyFlag.com green flag. Jacob Fields going to lead. Blake Majules, Kendall Tucker, Alex Smolders, and Brad Dyer, our top 5 as they march out of turn 2.
Yeah, Brad Dyer immediately looks to the bottom here in that number 56 machine, trying to get around Alex Smolders. Here comes the 07 of Howard Weaver, too. A little bit of contact as Blake Majules able to wrestle the lead away from the 007 of Jacob Fields. Now Fields back down to the bottom. Man, oh man, what a good race, but the yellow flag going to come back out just as quick as we got back to green flag racing there, Phil. These guys going to have to restack and repack the field, but again, like you said, it could, yeah, I see Robbie out there, Jacques Debris. And
I don't,
some cousins, but
I don't think this one's going to be on Jacques Debris. Hard-ass racing brings us our 3rd yellow flag of the afternoon, and we're still very early, only working 16 laps in of our feature event, so they're wrecking them up here early, a lot of slowing down. It's tough to get in a rhythm when they don't go out there and make some laps and get some time done, but
J-Rod wants to ride.
Yeah, it was Jaron Hazen out there going twisty birding out there. What happened? Did he go around? Did he have help?
We have a turtle, so.
Oh, no.
Yeah, J-Rod loves the turtle, hits the outside retaining wall after some contact, tries to ride up the fence. That does never work here for a late model. He does roof surfing down into turn number 1. You know, you can almost score that one, but a turtle, sliding roof surfing all the way down into turn number 1. He comes to a roll here, just slow roll, and slows down there. A lot of dirt inside the car now, got to be, as the wrecker going to pick him up, take him down to the pits. But man, he went for a ride.
Oh, looking back to the replay, yeah, he certainly did. Turtle brought to you by TDR Racing League. If you guys want to look up a great throwback NR 2003 league, still going at it, about to embark on season number 17. Check them out today, tdr-racing.net. They are a great league. That's where I do a lot of my racing here. BladeNo.com Premier Cup Series rolls off at Daytona in about a month. Looking forward to that. Thank the guys at BladeNo.com for coming and being aboard, their primary sponsor at TDR. So the Turtle, you're upside down, wheels to the sky, and that is not
Roof
how you go
surfing.
fast. Even roof surfing. Roof. Yeah. It's a little warm today. I feel like roof surfing can happen.
Yeah, it's definitely warm out. Almost 70 degrees here in New York. That's like unheard of here in January. I want to know what the payback is going to be here rather soon.
Brutal.
It's going to be brutal. I have a feeling you're going to go down to like negative 30 or something here in the next couple of days. Or, there's always something that's going to happen here. We'll see. You got to think, Phil. I think Charlie Tubbs out there, 1,000 stars out there with the donations. You said Josh Peacock earlier. And Ken Russa just trying to catch up on the star donations. Right now, our star donation leader is Jeff Brown. By iRacing I flag, green flag comes out. Sam Perry would be number 2, and number 3 now. Katie is in there, number 3. Tubbs is right there at number 4. So definitely thank you guys all for the stars here in the month of January as we try to hit our goals, make ourselves relevant here with Facebook Live. As the iRacing I flag, green flag is out, and Blake Majules, Jacob Fields, and you've got Kendall Tucker for 3.
A little bit of a realignment right there as Majulis now out to the race lead. Jacob Fields back to 2. Kendall Tucker running the outside lane up there in 3rd. And we got to page Dr. Green, Todd, I'm telling you. 4 yellow flags and 21 laps. Come on, fellas, let's get it together here. It's Saturday afternoon, but we want to go out and enjoy this great weather this afternoon as well a little bit. So let's get it together. 4th Team Hard Motorsports yellow flag. We could stay in the leaders all day, but doesn't really matter if they're out there pacing. We don't want to I-pace. We want to I-race. So let's get to it and see what happens here. 4th yellow flag of the afternoon. 4th full velocity instant replay brought to you by J-Max Journeys.
Yeah, John Kennedy definitely in that 89 machine almost ended up on this roof around and a knot. Goes here, John Kennedy in the 89 machine. He had a little bit of help from Matthew Everett there going down the front straightaway, but he did get off the turn number 4 corner there, and that number 89 machine, and around he goes, spinning around like a cyclone over there, able to keep going, but there was other cars involved in that one, Phil, and it definitely a rather interesting spin there. Not a lot of contact, though. It's not like it was like going to tear up the cars or anything. It just a lot of people spinning and pirouetting and doing whatever they did down the front straightaway. Definitely got to thank everybody for tuning in, watching all the comments out here. I'm laughing as I'm going through these replays. Definitely is. We do our best out there, Evan, to stay on the leaders. We do take that, but you've got a lot of great racing going on. You can't always stay the leaders. We take pride here in the Full Velocity Racing Network. We like to say that. We take pride in watching what's going on throughout the field, too, because it doesn't always focus on the leaders.
Yeah, it's not all about guys that aren't up front either. So all these guys come out, want to be represented, and we do our very best to give everybody a little bit of a spotlight when we come out here. I think that's what makes us stick out more than anybody else. We can put it on the leader. We don't even have to change cameras. We don't have to really talk about it. Boring. Exactly. That doesn't do anybody any favor. It keeps these guys that go out there and race their money and turns them into the, I don't want to say prima donna, but they come out there in that realm. So I want to stay here true to the whole field. We go back to the green flag. Majulis, Tucker to Fields, top 3 over in turn 3.
Yeah, Fields right now running in that 2nd spot. 3rd is Kendall Tucker in the 00 machine. 4th would be the Alex Smulders, number 211, as here comes Kendall Tucker down to the bottom. But guess what? We're going to slow down. Paging Dr. Green, paging Dr. Green for some elixir for the yellow fever, because, man, we just can't get away from that yellow fever here this afternoon. Is just time after time after time, yellow flags coming out.
Yeah, it really makes for a bumpy afternoon for the drivers, makes a bumpy broadcast, makes it drag on, and we don't like these things to drag on. We came out here to see some good racing. We expect good racing. Well, the great names out here this afternoon is the call already coming down from race control. Next time, we're going to go single file restart, but we slow down. 5th yellow flag on lap number 27. That's way too many to be this early. Who brought it out there, Todd? What was the replay for?
Well, Jimmy Emery in that number 4 machine comes down in the corner. He had a little bit of help from the 18 of Bryce Daffrin. And around they go. They stacked him up in turn number 4. Shane James taking the worst end of that one, heading head on first into the wall here. So we'll show him real quick. What happened is he just got hooked and just straight into the wall, the fencing, the wall, whatever you want to call it. I think he got it up enough just to hit that fencing.
He'd get up in the air a little bit, and There was some debate last night. There was actually really a fence there in real life or not. Me and Andy Margo were going on about it. I'll have to send you the picture he sent me, Todd. It was really late. It was in the middle of the night, and he gave me a real overhead look, and then the identical overhead shot from inside of iRacing. It's pretty dang close laser scanning, but there were some imperfections in it, and there's some things that may be represented in the sim that may not completely be true into real life. So we were debating about that. So I'll take a guy like Andy who hangs out in Lernerville every week during the racing season. He may know a little better, but the car was up high. He may have touched the fence.
Yeah, I think he may have touched the fence just barely there, as those guys were able to go around, and they were just talking out in the chat box about. It seems like a 1200 strength of field races. I've seen 1200 strength of field races really good out there on this track. So I definitely have been a part of that myself. So that doesn't play into concept either. But then again, I've seen 1200 strength field races bad. I've seen 3000 strength fields bad. 5000 bad. It's just a matter of, I guess, what the day is. Sometimes Friday the 13th plays into it, full moon, whatever you want to talk about. I like to get into those side conversations like that, Phil.
Yeah, and if we keep going around under yellow, we're going to see a whole lot of side conversations going on. I don't like to do that because we go back under the iRacingIFlag.com green flag, and it's going to be Blake Majulis going to lead Jacob Fields, Kendall Tucker, Alex Smollers, and Brad Dyer now in a single file formation. They'll stay nose to tail on a line as we exit turn 4.
Yeah, exiting turn 4 is Blake Majulis by about 5 car lengths over Jacob Fields in that 07 machine. Kendall Tucker now trying to the bottom side, trying to make something happen there. Nothing down there like being on ice skates for that 00 machine. Drives all the way back up to the top shelf of the speedway through 3 and 4. Then you got Alex Smolder still running in 4th. Brad Dyer running in that 5th spot. Well, here comes the 127 of, or 157, excuse me, of Drew Hopkins. Now sliding up in front. Can't quite complete the pass. He does so down the back straightaway. So put Drew Hopkins to that 5th spot. But Brad Dyer not going away without a fight. Howard Weaver right there too.
Yeah, Howard Weaver starting to look there in the 07. That's probably the best racing on the racetrack is back there for positions 5, 6, and 7. Hopkins holding on. Dyer down low. Howard Weaver up there in that white car on the outside lane. Almost gets shot off track. Who was that back there? Trying to pan. Oh, that looked like it was Cliff Driscoll's number 63. Almost an off-road excursion.
Yeah, Driscoll went off the road again over there in 3. He went over in 3, and then he went off in 4. So Clifford Driscoll now dropping back in the 3D Racing number 63 machine. Blake Majulis, see, this is the race leader right here. By 6 car lengths over Jacob Fields. Fields not able to do anything. Then you got Kendall Tucker, another, I'm going to say 10 car lengths back. Good battle going on between him and the 211 of Alex Smolders. Smolders right there knocking on the door, but pretty much all stuck to the top shelf of the speedway right now, Phil.
They really are. I wondered. I wonder if guys like Evan are out there who are watching and maybe give us an insight here. Are we going to see the inside lane come out at all? Are we going to see this thing stay up high? Or are we going to get enough green flag laps? A little run starting now as cars starting to float down low. But will we see the low side come to start becoming a passing line? Or is it going to hold true to potentially have to be the slider line?
Yellow,
a lot
yellow,
to play
yellow.
out here is we're going to slow it down again, Todd. Yellow once again on the speedway. Good grief.
The yellow flag coming out this time again. I got to see what happened here. I'm not quite 100% positive. Maybe Matthew Everett's. Maybe Matthew Everett's in the 06 machine.
Potentially. No, I went. Yeah, you're gonna find it before I do. I went way too far.
Yeah, we're gonna see if it was Matthew Everett's here as he hits the outside wall down the straightaway here, rides the wall all the way down. Definitely. No. 06. Let's see what he does here in the 3. It's telling me this is where he made incidental contact here. Contact. Yep, up and over and into the wall here over in 3 and 4.
And it may have been terminal as well because Mr. Everett has brought the car into the pit area. Looks like he is going to be all done for the afternoon. So it was an off-road excursion. And Matt Everett, he did his best. A guy who had no practice, no qualifying, came out, didn't even run his heat, ran the B, made the show, was in the feature. Unfortunately, going to retire himself, Todd, just past halfway. 40 laps now on the board, and it's been largely marred by caution flags, which is really, really too bad.
That makes it tough when it's marred by yellow flags. It's definitely not the type of racing we see here each and every Sunday afternoon. Definitely have seen some great races here. Just today seems to be one of those days, Phil. That just nobody can get it going here today.
They can't get it going. I feel like I can't get my delivery going, getting a flow. And I'll tell you what, Evan, the best comment of the day so far. Take the fast repairs away and make the wreckers go home. I raise my hand because I've always said that. We don't do it in the real world with a quick repair. You don't get a brand new car every time you make a mistake. You live with that damage all day long. Yep. It's one thing I wish iRacing would take away. Eliminate the quick repair. You made the mistake, pay your price.
Unless you're doing a rookie class.
I don't even care about that. I mean,
you need them with the rookies.
I still race a 17-year-old game, and I'm still terrible. I wrecked my car. I'm punished the whole night. It's how it is. You regroup and you live to fight in another race.
The problem with that is you're comparing real life to this, and the problem with that is internet issues, different things that go on, and that's the problem. Is iRacing iFlag green flag comes out, and something that initially isn't your fault, maybe something somebody's internet connection goes south. That's not technically your fault. Is that's where the quick repair would come into effect. But then again, you want your rookies to have track time, and that's where you would probably use your quick repairs. I don't think guys like Blake Majulis needs quick repairs.
No. I don't know. What he may need right now is about 100 more pounds, maybe 500 pounds of weight, because that car is slinging some mud this afternoon here at Lernerville. Him and Jacob Fields have pulled away from Kendall Tucker to well over 1 second. Kendall's got Alex Smothers and Drew Hopkins behind, but this top two beginning to waltz away from the field.
I blame this loss on Spectrum, Cody Howard. Yeah, I tell you what, yes. Yep, I have to agree with Spectrum. Spectrum is an awful company. Yeah, that doesn't help you any. But Blake Majulis is your race leader, like you said. Kendall Tucker under fire with the 211 of Alex Smolders. Smolders now moving up Slide Job City here for the 211 machine. 3 wide now for the third spot. Is now here comes the phenom Drew Hopkins into the fray. He's working over the extreme bottom. These guys 3 wide again, Phil, as they enter the back straightaway.
And Drew's got that thing 3 deep down the low side. He made clear both Smolders and Tucker by the time they exit off of turn number 4. Drew keeps it buried in, but look at the run the outside lane. Kendall Tucker got. I mean, I'm shocked. Actually, I can say I'm not shocked. The inside isn't as fast as I thought it normally would be, but there's just no grip down there right now. The cone went flying. Saw cone go flying.
Jacob Fields going off the track there, now dropping back in the 007. See, it happens. We're watching a great battle. Second place goes away, and then of course something else happens to my PC at the same time. I have 6 screens, so that's awesome. They switched there, but just for a blip there, Phil.
It happens. It's been a rough afternoon for everybody out here. The racing's been kind of rough with a lot of yellows. We're definitely doing some hiccups. I got into the bubbly a little deep last night than I should, so I'm feeling mighty low this morning or whatever. And now we're going to slow it back down and let me kind of have to simmer onto my lunch a little bit more. Yellow flag onto the speedway again, now 51 laps in, so we're under 25 laps to go on this one, and we'll slow it down. I believe this is number 7 of the afternoon, and we'll see what we have here. J-Max Journeys Full Velocity Instant Replay. Todd is going to show us exactly what.
They're going to line up, and it's going to be a good old-fashioned punt. The number 4 comes into the corner. I think he just misjudged the speed coming into the corner as the 18 of Bryce Daffron gets by these guys rather cleanly here. Coming down into the corner, and just Ford gets right into the back. Jimmy Emery, and around goes the 18. Not by himself. He had help, of course, but Bryce Daffron around in a knot over there in 3 and 4.
All right, that's a tough break there for Mr. Dafford, who just trying to do his best to put a good run together, was having an up-and-down afternoon, but Bryce Dafford now going around in a knot, and yellow back onto the racing surface, marking now 53 laps of 74. Salute the troops, salute the military, salute the heroes this afternoon here on the Full Velocity Racing Network with the gang at the UDRA Amsoil High Noon, super late model series. It's a lot of fun to come here to Lernerville each and every week and catch this action here. Blake Majulis and Dylan Wilson, the series' only 2 winners. Dylan retired early. He will not pick up win number 3. Blake Majulis, who has got that only other win in the series, he's in a pretty good spot right now to maybe tie Dylan and be a 2-time winner and have the rest of the field skunked here for the first 4 weeks.
Yeah, definitely going to be interested to see if he's going to be able to do that for the 127, as you see Bryce Daffron for a minute. Yep, he's going by the race leaders. Here's iRacing.com, pace truck down. iRacing iFlag, green flag is out. We're back to racing action here. 20 laps remain of this one, Phil. Here comes Kendall Tucker down to the bottom, side by side with the Swindell Speedlabs teammate, the 127 of Blake Majulis, as they enter the back straightaway.
That's a pretty good race over there as we hit turn number 3 and 4. Tucker down low. Blake with a big run off and going to give him all that this surge to just hold on to the race lead, but Kendall falling back to second. The race is for third. You got Drew Hopkins and Alex Smollers having the best battle on the speedway. They're door-to-door over in 3.
Yeah,
they were.
Number 211 of Alex Smolder is able to drive away there, Phil, as he got up on the outside and just drove away. The 157 of Drew Hopkins now battling out with the 56 of Brad Dyer. Look at Ryan Underwood, Jason Salter in that 6th or 7th spot there, Phil. Number 10, and Howard Weaver right there. He's been hanging around 8th. Kind of quiet for old Howard Weaver.
It certainly is, and yeah, and you know what? Maybe he was just kind of feeling it this morning. Come out here and sling some mud. We know the guy's out of practice, one of the best to ever do this, and doing a good job so far. Howard out there, the 07, running in position 8, and he's got a screen full of Jason Salter, that trash can at number 10, doing a great job up there in the top 10 this afternoon, currently running in 7th and holding off one of the best. Salter versus Weaver down the back chute.
Yeah, Salter right now holding on, like you said, in the 7th spot, but Weaver now looking to the bottom there in the 07 machine. Nothing being had there as we're going to go back up. It looks like Drew Hopkins battling out with the 211 of Alex Smolders. Smolders way up on the top shelf of the speedway. Hopkins kind of stuck to the bottom here, trying to make something different happen with that 157 machine. But again, Smolders definitely fast on the outside.
There's just nothing working on the low side right now. Drew Hopkins is down there, but just not making any time. All that momentum, running that cushion up high that Alex Motors is doing, it is working for him, and he is making it work because he holds on to third. But we were talking about approaching 10 laps remaining. Well, I guess we're going to hit that 10 to go under the yellow, Todd, because we have a caution flag. No shock to anybody else. We've seen 8 yellows here this afternoon, 63 laps in now, and our 8th slowing of the afternoon. Let's see what happened. I believe I'll know. We were talking about Racing Jason. This one didn't get Racing Jason, did it?
Oh, it did. We got Racing Jason Salter. He just overdrove it here. We're going to take a look at Racing Jason Salter aboard the Trash Painted Graphics number 10 machine down the back straightaway. The wings are into turn 3, and off the chop he goes. Down for a ride and down into the grass, around it and not. All by himself, he fell. He had no help, nothing. Salter over the top, over the embankment. He does come back out, but yellow flag going to come out.
Something curious also, Todd. We did see the double 07 of Jacob Fields up to the top 3 early. He had some issues there off the track. He is falling 1 lap down now, currently running in 18th. So one of our heavy hitters here early, guy who, was really quick in qualifying in practice, won his heat race, started this one on the pole. Now finds himself 1 lap down. That's a tough break for a guy who I thought was on that small list of drivers who may become a first-time winner this season.
Yeah, I thought maybe he would be one of the guys. Like you said, you can't rule him out, but now being 1 lap down, definitely going to be hard with 10 to go here. As you see Driscoll flashing by the field to get one of his laps back. But the 0-0 machine of Kendall Tucker running in 2nd. Then you have Alex Smothers, Drew Hopkins, Brad Dyer. Then Howard Weaver up to 6th, Phil.
Weaver starting to put together a pretty good run here late, staying out of the carnage, and now finds himself in the top 3 rows as we're going to have under 10 laps remaining here in regulation. We go back under the iRacingIFlag.com green flag. Blake Majula slams that loud pedal down. He'll lead the way off the exit of turn 2.
Kendall Tucker trying everything he can way down on the bottom. Not going to be had as Blake Majula still leading here in the number 127 machine again now. Here comes the 211 of Smolders down to the bottom, trying to make short work here of Kendall Tucker. Tucker out to the outside. Here comes the Phenom, the 157 of Drew Hopkins, way down to the bottom too. And definitely trying to make a move on that 211.
I think Smolders may have got checked up because he didn't touch the back of a 00. It was close enough to sniff a fart, and I think that's why Alex may have kind of lost a little bit of ground right there. I'll tell you what, but yellow flag back on the speedway now, 68 laps in, so we're running out of laps in regulation. 9th yellow of the afternoon. I don't think anybody expected 9 of them, but the 9th Full Velocity Racing Network instant replay. What are we going to find?
I'm going to take a look see here. I'm not 100% sure what happened here. It might have even been good old Jimmy Emery. We'll take a look here.
Look-see.
I don't know. The look-see is, yeah, there's some contact back here. So we're watching Jimmy Emery. We're watching the 0-7 of Jacob Fields. He comes in, tries to make it 4 wide, and Jimmy Emery goes off the track here, just a tad bit. And then Jacob Fields and Clifford Driscoll disagree in space over there in 1 and 2, and they bounce off each other. Looks like Jacob Fields done for the afternoon.
Yeah, looks like he may. Yep, sure did. He pulled into the pit area. Jacob Fields going to call it an afternoon. I thought he had got himself back to the lead lap, but probably not enough time to maybe go up there and win a race. So, hey, you know what they say? Maybe he ran out of gas. You know, I was watching a thread yesterday. There was a great meme. Some excuses guys use when they can't win and they retire early. You see that one yesterday? It was pretty good.
Nah, I didn't get a chance to see that one.
Things like we've run out of gas. I had the wrong gear. No. Just think of some of the random excuses we hear some of these top shelf drivers make that pull over early because they can't win.
Go off the track, yeah. Yeah, before they get lapped. Or
Yeah,
when they get
exactly.
when they get lapped, you see a top tier driver. It always annoys me. They get lapped, they drive off the track.
Just be a mortal man. Go out there and race, dig, battle.
I've seen a lot of that in the big blocks around here in the Northeast.
We really do. I know we see a lot of that out on the dirt on your side. I've seen that, in person with you. I've seen stuff like that happen. That really drives me nuts. Go out there and race, man. Be a warrior. Just because you can't win or finish in the money doesn't mean you give up. We don't have a give-up spirit. We never say die as we go back under the green flag. Blake Majulis hops that car down in turn 1. That thing on the left rear really did a DI go, but he got a big run off the corner. Him and Kendall Tucker 1-2 over in turn 3.
Yeah, Swindell Speed Lab was definitely fast here tonight. When you got the one, or this afternoon, I should say. I keep saying tonight because I want it to be tonight for some reason.
Maybe tomorrow.
157 of Drew Hopkins right now running in that 4th spot, trying to get around Alex Miller. The guys up top definitely doing a fantastic job as they come down into turn number 3 for the second to last time. We're going to see the white flag here overturn number 4 at the start-finish line. So Blake Mitchell's lead the charge down to 1. I don't think he's going to be contested, Phil.
Nope, Tucker going to take a shot, and now the question is, do we stay green long enough to see the checkered flag? I think we may. Off of turn number 4, checkered flag goes in the air. Second time this season, Blake Majulis is a winner. Give him the win this afternoon in Lornaville for UDRA. Second to Kendall Tucker. Alex Smolders for 3rd. Drew Hopkins 4th, and Howard Weaver finishing 5th, and as a turtle.
Yeah, he hits the wall. The inside wall, it flips him upside down.
Still finished 5th.
Yeah, we're going to watch Howard Weaver here once again, replay. Bam. Yep, 5th. Turtle. That's points still, Phil.
That is. That's style. That's why we like a guy like Howard. That is a guy does in style. You finish top 5, you get upside down. Broad Dyer will finish up 6 this afternoon. Ryan Underwood 7th. Darren Friedman 8th. Blake Brown 9th. Brent Faher with a top 10. 11th to Scott Dobbs. 12th to Kelvin Herring. Jason Salter 13th. Bryson Daffern 14th. Tyson Pankow finishes up on the lead lap 15th. 16th for Jimmy Emery. Cliff Driscoll 17th. John Kennedy 18th. Jacob Fields 19th. 20th goes to Shane James. 21st, Matt Everett. Darren Litterall retired early. He was 22nd. And our final finisher this afternoon, Jaron Hazen of the 09. 23 cars showed up here to take the main event. And it's Blake Majulis taking down a second win of the season. We'll talk to him and hopefully the rest of the top 3 next, Todd, on the post-race show. All right, back here live on the post-race show, the Full Velocity Racing Network, presented by BladeNode.com. Simple web solutions powered by nerds. And today's big winner, UDRA Super Series, here will be Mr. Blake Majulis for the second time this year. Second goes to Kendall Tucker, and third place run this afternoon for Alex Smolders. Hoping Alex will make his way over, but if we don't see him, we'll certainly grab the likes of today's second place finisher aboard that number 00 of Kendall Tucker. And Kendall, a terrific run. Kind of a long afternoon for you guys. A lot of start and stop. How does that make that tough to stay in your rhythm on a place like this? That was really a tough place to drive this afternoon.
You just unfortunately just whenever really was able to get into a rhythm there, just seemed there was just a lot of cautions. Just you feel like you get a rhythm going, and then there was another caution, and the track was changing a lot. Just especially with them resetting it back to zero, it was just being really weird. And three, it just felt like all the way around the top was pretty good. And I was hoping that diamond line would come in, just switched it up a little bit and find some speed, but it was just a little too slick and just wasn't fast enough. But just was able to get up there to second, and just I didn't really have much for Blake. He was really fast today, so just finished second, 1-2, we'll take it.
So on a racetrack it felt like it's really narrow for you guys this afternoon. It wasn't very slick. You guys were starting to get slick, but really tough to pass on. When you got guys behind you, we know Smolders gave you quite the shot. You had Hopkins up there. Jacob was up there for quite a while with you guys. When you feel a guy to your inside like that, how much pressure do you feel knowing that the way the track is kind of falling to you guys, it's really line sensitive? Do you feel that anxiety when you're under attack from somebody else?
Yeah, Smolders, he was really fast up there on the top. I was just really trying to search in 1 and 2 a lot, and just was really giving up a lot of speed. Just probably should have just got up in line and just was running the line everybody else was. But I just wanted to try something out and try and find some speed. But just the fix setup, it was just a little too loose to my liking. Just I don't know. I just wish maybe the track could have just been carried over throughout. That might have changed some stuff. It's just that tacky. It's just really hard to pass, like you said. So all in all, it wasn't bad. Just wish that they would have kept the track, but it's their decision to change it, and they really can't do nothing about it. So just thanks to them, anyways, for putting the race on. And just it's fun to come out here on a Sunday and run something like this. Just wish the racing would have been a little better.
Yeah, we certainly wish so as well. So 8 yellows this afternoon seems like a lot for 74 laps at Lernerville. But Kendall, as always, a class act all the way around, bud. We're here through Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch TV as usual on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Let me toss you the mic one more time and give those great people behind this race team that make these things fast a shout.
Yeah, I just got to thank all my guys at Swindell Speed Lab, and just got to thank K1 Race Gear and Bell Helmets especially for everything they do for us. And thanks to you guys for the broadcast. Y'all always do a great job. Really appreciate everything y'all do for us. Just hate y'all had to watch that race right there. It probably wasn't very enjoyable. It definitely wasn't enjoyable to race, but it's just how it is sometimes. You live and learn, and just you move on.
That's right. A guy right there who understands when there are bad races like that, they make moody drivers, they make moody broadcasters, they make moody officials. It's a bad one all the way around. But Kendall Tucker this afternoon, finishing up second here at Lernerville. Great job by him. We'll let him go down here and debrief what the team, if there's anything to debrief about. And I did see Alex Smolders. He has pulled in down here, and he's into the team speak communication as well. So let's go talk to the driver of a number 211, Alex Smolders. Alex, a really good afternoon for you. A third place run. Some things fell in your lap, and overall, got to be happy with the way your car performed this afternoon.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy here. I guess it turned out good in the end. Good points day for me.
And points are big in a series like this, I tell you. When you got guys like Majulis and Dylan Wilson who, win the, 2 of the first 4 races out of the gate. Dylan had an off day. We know Blake has missed a race. All these points, I mean, these guys have issues. You want to be near the top. You got to capitalize. A great points day. And tell us about how you felt about the racetrack this afternoon. Kendall said it was really tough to get a grip on. It was going through changes that really never kind of came in all the way. Was that what you were feeling as well?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like that track when it's like that. It's really tough to get grip anywhere on the track. You just got to have huge throttle control and then hope you don't jump the cushion and put her off the track.
It's pretty easy to do, as we have all seen. Terrific job by you this afternoon, Alex. We look forward here the next couple of weeks. So I think we all agree. Well, let's kind of hope we don't see the racetrack in the state again, because Kendall said it was hard kind of to watch. I'm sure it was hard for you guys starting and stopping that much. It's difficult to get in a rhythm, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's incredibly difficult. I get that top rolling pretty good, and then a caution would come out, and then do it all over again, and then another caution would come out. Oh well, it was really good fun though. I enjoy running fixed setup leagues like this.
Yeah, well, it is. It's a great league. Love coming to UDRA. Great series they're doing here for us on Sunday afternoons. And Alex, let me give you the mic here one more time on Full Velocity. Third place finish this afternoon. Thank all the great people out there to help you go fast.
I don't really got many people in the sprints. I mean, I'm kind of a one-man show in the late models. I got a lot of help in the sprints, but late models, I just do it all myself.
Hey, sometimes you got to take it in your own hands. Say that's a pretty good job. Well done, man. With some of the best out there to do it. A third place run this afternoon. Good job by you, and we'll be rooting for you. Do it again. A one-man team. I kind of like a guy going out there fighting these big lions. Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah, no paints or nothing. It's kind of cool. Thanks, guys. Thanks for doing everything. Thanks for hosting it there. Bye.
All right, there he is, folks. Alex Smolers, today's third place finisher. So we have talked to third. We've talked to second place. It means only one more place left to go. And that is down to BladeNode.com. Victory Lane, where my partner and buddy, Mr. Too Tall Todd Stanton, has caught up with today's big winner for the second time. It's Blake Majulis.
Yeah, Blake Majulis taking down another win here in that 127 here. Going to put it up 2 wins in the column here for this season. But another great race for you, Blake. Tell us about that. You had to get around Jacob Fields, who was out on his favor here early on in the going, and then he made a mistake, and you were able to pounce. Tell us about it.
Yeah, just when the green dropped and followed behind him for, I don't know, quarter of the race or so. Finally got by him on a restart. Kind of just held my ground from there and ran my line. Ended up being the top all the way around is what I found was best. And last couple laps I ran slider 1-2, and that wasn't too bad. So I think the lines were changing there at the end. So would have been interesting to see what other lines could have came in at the end, if any. But all in all, it was a good race for me, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely a good race. Fastest lap of the evening, or the afternoon, I should say. 15.174 was the best lap here that you had during that race, but definitely a track changing. And I know Kendall hinted at it about the different. They reset the track back to 0. How much did that play into a role for you here this afternoon, there, Blake? Definitely, when you reset a track back to 0, it makes it a different kind of a game plan.
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, seeing that and starting second, you know, I knew it was going to be hard to pass Fields. In the beginning, because it's kind of just one line, so I was going to wait until he either made a mistake or the track got slickened up. So it changes your mindset quite a bit, because you can't really run more than one line because it's usually just top all the way around when it gets like that. So
all right, Blake. I know you've took down 2 of these wins now, looking pretty good in the point standings, and able to keep it rolling here with that Swindell Speed Labs number 127 machine. But I'm ready your microphone. The floor is all yours. Would like to thank you for the big W here.
yeah, my team is Swindell Speed Lab, iRacing, iFlag, Jeff Brown, Bell Helmets, Vibes Organics, Design 75, Jeremy Ray, you guys for broadcasting, and my girlfriend Tia for everything she does.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, picking up the big W here tonight, this afternoon at Lernerville. Driver of the 127, Blake Majulis, taking down the victory here. Swindell Speed Lab 1-2 here this afternoon, Phil. Definitely the cream of the crop here at Lernerville, and definitely continue on going here and see what happens on the Full Velocity Racing Network. Got some more series going here, but I mean, it was a fantastic race as far as the guys duking it out through the heat races. The main event kind of lackluster, of course, because of the yellow flags, and definitely one of those things you don't want to see is eye pacing, like you say, Phil.
Yeah, I don't like eye pacing. I like eye racing. That was a tough one this afternoon, but these guys did a great job. Congrats to Blake on the big win, Kendall and Alex, and the rest of the group over here at UDRA. It was a lot of fun. Thank you guys for playing along. Thank you to our great sponsors, Har Motorsports, iRacingIFlag.com, Voiles Trucking, CCM Custom Designs and Engraving, mainly known now as JMaxStrong.com, JMax Journeys. Also got to thank BladeNo.com, they sponsor our post-race show. We've also got South Texas Speedway, Milner Media and Designs, TDR Racing League, Trash Panda Graphics, JP Designs, 3D Racing, the Pit Pass at Katie Dugas, and also going to thank Cyber Thunder Racing League for all what they do for us as well. For Todd Stanton, Jack Truin, Ron Piles, Katie Dugas out there doing social media for us this afternoon. I am Phil Lacasse. We'll see you back here live tonight. We're back at it, Todd. If Lernerville's got us down this afternoon, DWRL, the Sunday Shootout Series presented by BladeNo.com. Lanier National Speedway. We'll hope you'll be there with us as well tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, on your source for esports racing. Good afternoon, everybody.